welcome to my life in the multiverse. I am Thaddeus,
I'm
the
Chauve.
Great,
Oh, I'm gonna interrupt him, I guess.
and Chauve the Interrupter. How I missed him. He's been gone for a while,
Been working my butt off.
and he didn't have one to begin with,
No, I really
so
don't.
he's sad. But it is spoiler week for Eldric Moon, the big scary moon.
The moon that is Emrakul.
Yeah, which is kind of fucking bad. Like I was actually very mad when people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's Emrakul." Why would it not be Emrakul?
Yeah, why would it, like, they've
Like-
already used Kozilek, they've already used Ulamog,
Yeah, like
and you knew it had something to do with Eldrazi, if you paid attention.
yeah. Well, even if you weren't paying attention, it makes sense.
Well,
You're coming off of Oath of the Gatewatch, Battle for Zendikar, where they killed 2 of the Titans. Nahiri's pissed. Soren's pissed. You know, and they were the ones that originally sealed away the fucking Eldrazi. What do you think was gonna happen? She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up, Soren." Soren's like, "Oh yeah, how are you going to beat me?" And she's like, "Whoa!" And she like clears the skies out and like taste my sunlight. He's like, "The burn, my aloe vera, oh lordy." Because Soren's apparently a bitch in this analogy. No, but anyway, there is a... I'm gonna words today. I'm going to words. Yes. So, we did one about a week ago with Mikey. And by we, I mean me, because Chauve doesn't like hanging out with me anymore.
That is not true. I just get really busy and really tired.
Did you hear the pain in his voice when he said that? It's like, that was not... No! That's not true! Why would you say such a thing?
Like, that hurts me.
I'm sorry. Now I feel like an asshole. We got over Emrakul, that legendary werewolf. Real quick, you want to talk about that? What?
The alpha.
Yeah, we covered it between me and Mikey. What are your...
My biggest thing with it is I feel like it'll make werewolves a popular thing. It'll try to... a better tribal anyway. And it gives them an answer they were looking for, kind of. Because the werewolves have trouble with flying. And that could pick off flyers. Every time he flips.
Yeah, but you gotta keep making him flip though. That's the thing. Like, so you have to like wait a turn, not play anything, have him flip. But when he flips back over, he gives him like +4/4.
Yeah.
Now, like, what would be really sweet is if they gave him like a werewolf lord, where like he enters, like if he's in the battlefield, like all other werewolves get +1/+1.
Oh,
you know, like,
yeah.
But I was kind of like, people were complaining like, oh, we don't get a werewolf lord. And like, you have Howl Pack Resurgence, which gives them +1/+1 and trample for 3 that you can play at any time because it has flash and it's permanent. All right, yeah, you can use Dramoka's command to get rid of it, but that's like the only real enchantment removal anyone's really playing. Like Nahiri's kind of a thing.
Yeah,
but.
She's not a real big thing.
No, she's not.
And Root Out's not a thing.
Yeah, no one's playing Root Out. No one's playing Natural Eyes. Like, no one's playing these cards to get rid of enchantments other than Dramoka's command, you know? So, like...
And most of the time, they aren't going to want to use that to get rid of the enchantment.
Yeah, so, like, you get a Lord, it's just removal target. Like, that's all it is. Like,
yeah.
You go against anything with black in it, and it's going to die from Ruinous Path, or, my brain had a fart. Help me out here, Chauve. The
-4/-4.
Oh my god.
I can't think of the name.
This is not good. Oh my god.
I'll look. I have this card in a deck I'm building.
Murder's coming out. I saw that one.
Murder, yeah.
Murder.
What I don't like about Murder is it costs 3.
Yeah, it's good. It's a limited staple.
It's
know?
That's
it'll where be it's for, you know.
Awesome and limited.
My God, why can I not think of this? Anyway, I'm
Languish.
Yeah, well, that's the board wipe. I'm talking about like actual targeting kind of thing, like deadweight technically targets. You know.
Yeah.
Disfigure? Not disfigure. Grasp of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
That's
all right.
That was the problem. I'm too light filled. I just couldn't grasp it. I was grasping at straws in the darkness. You believe anything called love?
It flows like a river in my heart.
Oh, I miss the darkness.
They were a good band. I don't know why they disappeared. But they're a UK
because they
band.
turn the lights off.
Well, they're because it got dark.
Ooh, they got called back in home from the mamas.
I just know they were a UK band, and I loved them.
They were awesome. They were.
It's like the new, getting sidetracked once again, but anyway, the new band, The Struts. I really like them too.
I would love it. Not bad. Not bad. Not too shabby for a tabby cat.
I love glam rock though. Queen, The Struts, The Darkness. There's a few others. Can't think of right now. But we'll just get back on track.
Yeah, it's late. We're tired. He's got work in the morning, and I appreciate him coming up because I'm kind of like.
I wanted to do this. Like I should be in bed now.
Yeah, he needs to be asleep. So we're gonna power through these, like champs of the darkness.
So on to spoilers for
spoilers.
What we've not covered so far.
Yes, we covered. We have in fact covered with words and saying them out of my mouth hole. We have covered the angels, making them into Priscilla, which I really want someone to make like a graphic of like taking the angels and putting those Dragon Ball Z earrings on. You know, like the fusion. Like I think every time if I play them, like I need to do like the fusion chant. My Vegito. Yeah. We covered Emrakul, and we covered the legendary werewolf himself, whose name I don't remember. But in this last week, some crazy shit went down. Alright, like Liliana got off her fucking throne, and she's like, alright, bitches.
I'll help now.
I'm about to slap the taste out your mouth, Emrakul. You're fucking up my darkness path. Alright? I don't like that.
What I love about her is that she
no fucks.
has the ability to take out Emrakul herself. She
Within
doesn't
reason.
need the Gatewatch.
Well, she kind of needs them.
Alright, I won't say she needs them, but
she's gonna use them.
She will use
She will use them, otherwise the chain veil will fuck her up. Because she could probably use the chain veil and kill Emrakul.
Yeah.
Like, and not like the little part that's in here, but like pulling him out of like the Plane Eternities and killing him like entirely. Killing her entirety, because that's what the merfolk worshipped Emrakul as a female.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
But Liliana, the last hope, 1 and 2 black, for 3 loyalty. Just, oh man, I saw this and like I've heard a lot of like fan backlash on it because we already have the other Liliana, who the flip one from Origins.
The baby Liliana,
yeah. Which, you know, she's pretty badass. All right, like she does a lot of good like things really well. Like everyone discards
removal stuff, discard.
Well, you have lifelink. When she flips, she replaces herself with a 2/2 zombie, which is already really good.
Yeah. And
then she also has like that negative ability of you can summon any creature from your graveyard as long as you have enough loyalty counters. Like that's ridiculous. So like you got Liliana the Last Hope, and a lot of people are kind of like unimpressed. Like I saw her and I was like, hell yeah! You give me a 3-drop fucking Planeswalker that I can essentially kill something with her +1.
Yeah, it's basically removal.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like it if it was like -1, -2. I get why it's -2, -1.
Yeah.
You can take out spirits. You can take a lot of vampires out.
Yes.
All right, and it's not like just that turn. It comes back around. All right, so like they drop a Sylvan Advocate, you go play Liliana, and you're like, okay, fine. Now it's 0/1, and you can just keep that fucker as 0/1 until I get enough fuckers out there. Just keep pumping her up. But then her -2 ability, negative or minus. Does it make a difference? I don't think it makes a difference.
I think it is. I do think it makes a difference. I think it's minus.
-2. Her -2.
Because it's not a negative loyalty counter. It's -2.
Yeah, you're removing the loyalty counter. Yeah. All right. So grammar over with. Her -2 is put the top 2 cards of your library into the graveyard. Then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That is awesome.
Delirium.
Zombies.
All the things with that are good.
You pair her up with who are those siblings? The zombie dudes where you can play zombies from your graveyard.
Oh,
You just said them, and for some reason I cannot think of their name.
Giza and Geralf.
Yeah, that's them. All right, for like what is it, 2 black and a blue.
I think it's 1 a black and a blue. It might be 2 and a black and blue.
Like, basically, the dudes you can play after her, so she can fit like awesomely in a zombie deck. All right, so and like what I like is it's not choose a creature card that you just milled. It's just a creature card.
It is 2 black and a blue. I'm looking it up right now.
Fantastic. So look at him being all efficient and shit. What I like is like you don't choose like a creature card you just milled. It's any creature,
anything in your graveyard, which is amazing.
It's
as
awesome.
long as you're not losing your creatures to say exile, but yeah. I'm thinking of the creature itself that does this because I have him. Got 2 of them.
Kalitas.
I'm beyond tired because normally I'm better with names and he's better with abilities.
Yeah, I'm both fucking shit up. We're both tired. But that shit's awesome. So like you get her, like so say like turn 3 you drop her out. You can just go ahead and put her down to 1, mill shit into your graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Pull anything out of there, like
if you have something. If you have
like 1 because it gives you
it either starts because turn 3 if you have something in the graveyard, well, it's kind of bad luck.
Well, here's the thing: is like you do that like 1. If the best case scenario, you drop some prize amalgams in there, and then you pull back. Maybe your Relentless Dead you weren't able to bring back that you blocked with for some reason, or something close to that, or like your Crypt Breaker died. We'll get to him. Hang on. Like you get him back if he happened to die. It's like something small, or like that. Was that marauding something? The 3/1 that sacrifices when it enters battlefield. Everyone has to sacrifice a creature. You know what I'm talking about? For 3, he's a 2 and a black, 3/1 zombie. When it enters the battlefield, every player sacrifices a creature, which is kind of like.
Are you talking about Fleshback Marauder?
That's what it is. Yeah. So
yeah.
You can get that back if you're playing Kalitas, however as you want to say it, and he happened to die. You can get that motherfucker back.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many options you can do.
I feel like a black deck that doesn't have Kalitas right now is a wrong black deck.
Yeah. We're not saying, you can't play what you want. We're just saying you're wrong.
Yeah. I'm just saying that Kalitas is an overpowered card.
Now here's what we're like. We're not saying like, well, if you want your deck to mean anything, you have to have Cletus in it.
No, I'm just saying
he's expensive.
Oh, yes. I broke myself buying 2 of them, and I shouldn't have.
And Draina.
And, well, she's not as expensive, though.
No, but he's going for like $30. 30, 35. And she's going for like 20, 25, so.
When I bought her, she was only 11.
Wow.
She's down to 8 now.
My numbers are wrong. I lost my key. There it is.
At least that's what our local game store is selling her at. And Kalitas is down to 20.
I haven't checked them in a long time.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong. I didn't do my homework on them. I didn't know we were talking about them. But no, yeah, like.
But when I bought them, they were stupid expensive.
Yeah. But like the awesome thing about like that is though, like. 1, if you have Liliana out there, you can kill their shit if you have Kalitas out there, and you get a fucking zombie from it.
Yep.
And then you use Kalitas and kill off one of your own fucking zombies, and then just get him back with fucking Liliana with her -2. And that's not even talking about her ultimate ability.
Oh, gosh.
How stupid is that? Like, every turn you're getting more zombies?
Yes.
Tell him the ultimate. It's ultimately gratifying.
The ultimate is you get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. You put X 2/2 black zombies out on the battlefield, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control. So when you ultimate her, your first turn, you're getting 2 zombies if you don't have any on the battlefield.
Yeah, if you just had a board
assuming you have probably 2 or 3 out before you ultimate her. Your next turn you're gonna have 8.
Well, like here's the awesome thing that I like about that is, no matter what happens, you're replacing bodies. All right.
Oh yeah, and it's just multiplying.
But like, here's the thing: if you have like Relentless Dead and shit out there, and like Kalidas is already like pretty big from sacrificing shit, like you can just use them as sacrifice fodder for Kalidas. You know?
Oh yeah,
but on top of that, like if you do a board wipe like Languish, and then you can just bring other shit back, like now at your end step, everything is dead. You know, like in theory, you know, they might have like a fucking Dramoka or some shit. I don't know, but like everything is dead. You know, everything got -4. You now are up 2 bodies to nothing. And they have hopefully nothing at this point because you've been removing shit, you've been killing shit, you know, you've been fucking their hand up with duress and transgress the mind.
Her +1 ability, where it gets -2, -1.
Oh yeah, on top
plus
of that
a languish, on top of a languish.
Yeah, so like,
that's a pretty decent. Like you could get rid of a Dramoka with that, or is Dramoka a 5/6?
Dramoka's a 5/7.
5/7? I thought he was. Which one is it? The 6/5? Is that Colgan? 6/5 Haster.
Yeah, and then like
Atarka gives everything.
Atarka's an 8/8, so
yeah, Atarka's big.
That's not happening. Like Ojutai's a 5/4, so you can kill him right away with Languish.
Yep.
Fucking, and these are just the dragons. I'm talking about like even if they against a flipped fucking Avacyn. Alright, where she's a 6/5 at this point, and like she just wiped your whole field out.
Yeah.
You know, if you already have
time to get that hoe back.
if you already have the emblem, right? Like if you wanted to, and you happen to have some fucking bodies out there already, you can just swing in with them, get through whatever you get. If she takes damage, fine. You just Languish, they all die, and then you have 2 more bodies at the end of it, and they just keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. Like now you have your opponent on a clock, because every turn you're getting more and more and more like tokens,
zombies everywhere.
Oh yeah, like tokens, like they like to swarm you. All right.
Oh yes.
It's a battle of attrition. You know, it's not like, oh, I just have this one really big guy. It's a bunch of little dudes. Now zombies have a bunch of little fucking dudes. All right, that just keep coming. You want to say like, oh, Gideon and Nissa, they keep putting these guys out. Like this motherfucker multiplies.
Mm-hmm. Every turn or every instep of yours.
Yeah, but even though you can swing in, you're guaranteed to have blockers for the next turn now.
Yep.
It's like the perfect defense, exception of like flying, but then we use our spot removal for that shit.
Yep.
So I'm not too worried about that. And that's not even talking about our fucking oath. Speaking of which,
we'll talk about that now.
We will talk about the oath, and then we're going to group them together for the last part of it. Oath! Oath of Liliana. Legendary enchantment for 2 and a black. When Oath of Liliana enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature, not you. So like this basically replaces Fleshbag Marauder.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the beginning of each end step, if a planeswalker entered the battlefield under your control, this turn put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. So like you can do blue-black zombies, which is a pretty popular one, and then now it gives you even more reason to run Jace, because then you have Liliana and Jace teaming up, which is like for flavor reasons, like sexy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But on top of that, like you get more zombies to help one Liliana's ultimate.
Interject here real quick. Did you and Mikey talk about Tree of Perdition?
No, we never got to that one. And Triskaidectophobia?
In the combo with Triskaidectophobia?
No. But I do.
Because I want to build a deck with that.
I do too.
And then with Solemn Offering as well. Or not Solemn Offering, but the kitty card.
Harmless Offering.
Harmless
Offering and Demonic Pact.
Demonic Pact.
I think a lot of people are going to try and make that work, and I think we're going to see a lot more enchantment removal. You know, like
I feel like you're right.
Like white, you can run fucking Angelic Purges and shit. You know, and they might have you dead before that point. You know, so it's like it's one of those. Like I feel like instants and sorceries, just go on a side tangent here, like instants and sorceries aren't as prevalent as they were. Like the new meta is enchantments. Like the most powerful cards right now that I can think of off the top of my head is like Oath of Nissa is really good. Alright, Oath of Jace is really good. Stasis
The only argument I'll make is Collected Company. It's an instant.
Yeah. Okay, you weigh that. You got Collected Company. You got Languish. You got Declaration in Stone. You got another. Either there are strong instances sorceries like Ever After and shit like that, but they're not seeing.
Other than Oath of Nissa, I feel like Collected Company is stronger than all the other oaths.
I'm not talking about like just the oaths. I'm talking about enchantments in general. You
have all right. You
have Oath of Nissa. You have Oath of Jace. All right, the Oath of Chandra and Gideon, they're not really being played. Like Oath of Liliana seems like it can do some work. All right. You have Always Watching.
I feel like Oath of Liliana will be in a black-blue zombies deck pretty much instantly.
Oh, yeah. You have Always Watching, Stasis Snare, Silk Wrap. You have Call of the Bloodline. All right, that one gets used. You got that Masquerade.
Stentia Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yes. I can see where you're going with this. You don't have to keep going.
Right? So, like, there's so many powerful enchantments out there. There's no wonder. Like, Griffspoon. Like, that, goddamn. Like, I'm sorry. I'm done with naming off enchantments. But
like, counter-argument to Griffspoon is just to bring it back. Granted, it's reoccurring, but to bring it back from the graveyard is kind of expensive.
It's 4 mana. Which, if you're on...
In white, though?
If you're on curve... You know, getting to 4 mana is not that hard.
No.
And, you know, if you're using your whole turn to get a Griffspoon on, you're giving something evasion, you're probably and a +1 attack that you can swing in with. Right? And flying's really big in this format. Like, with the exception of, like, Spirits, which no one's playing.
That you're trying to make work.
Hey, I have not lost yet.
With that?
I haven't played green-white tokens yet, but I haven't lost yet. I've beaten a zombie deck. I have beaten a mono-blue Rise of the Tides control deck, mainly because like every time they tried to play Rise of the Tides, I just counter it. Because, you know, I'm running blue. Why not run negate?
Yeah.
You know?
Why not?
I've beaten a werewolf deck. I've beaten a Eldrazi ramp deck. I've beaten a goggles deck. You know, like
I've beaten a vampire deck.
I have beaten a vampire deck.
Okay.
I have. Because like my boss monster is this fucking knight that costs like 5 and 2 white, has a 4/4 flyer. When a spirit enters battlefield, you gain like 3 life, and he has the ability of like 2 and a white, put a 1/1.
Put a spirit out. Okay. Yeah, so you
and
got
plus
life gain.
Yeah, and plus I have rattle chains, which then like all my spirits now have flash. And then I have topple guys, so like before you go to attack me, I can throw a bunch of topple guys out and tap them down. If I happen to get delirium, which is a possibility, all right, I can stall you out that way. They're all fucking flyers. I got Bygone Bishop, where like basically everything but my big guy is 3 or lower, so I get a bunch of draw power off those clues. All right, I get the Umulator dude, the 1/3. Flyer,
blue.
Yeah, yeah. When you investigate the first time, you get an extra clue. You know, I can play him, which is really good. Turn 2 because you get. I get to run Always Watching and Stasis Snare. Back to those enchantments I was talking about. I get to run Kindred Spirits or whatever. It's a 2/2 for 3 flying spirit. Whenever you cast an enchantment, put a 1/1 counter on him. So you cast him. Next turn you cast Always Watching. He now gets +2/+2. And Vigilance. So you have a 4/4, and by then you've already cast Rattle Chains. You probably already cast Bygone Bishop. You know, you probably already cast anything else. You know, I
except for your big guy.
Yeah, which I've actually only cast once. I only run 2 of them, but like it's like basically a war of attrition because like I can get these guys out, like make them pretty big, and then like
it gives you a solid late game ground instead of.
It does. Like I'm not gonna get overworked.
Exactly.
I have counter...
Unless they're super fast, you should be okay.
Yeah, but even then, like, I can get early out blockers and shit.
Well, yeah, you'll have blockers. But...
That's a thing, you know. Yeah. And then I can also run like in my sideboard a bunch of different blue stall cards or blue white cards. I can run like Angelic Purge if I wanted to. I can run Declaration in Stone if I want to. I can run basically the most powerful cards in Standard right now, except for Languish and Cletus. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what was I talking about? Because you got me talking about spirits.
You got yourself talking about spirits.
Did I?
Yes.
Probably. We're talking about Liliana and Oath of Liliana. And then we were talking about enchantments and how they're like the meta.
Yes.
And how there's going to see... Because we were talking about Harmless Offering and Demonic Pact. And you want to talk about the tree and Triskaidekaphobia.
Yeah, those combos just really seem funny.
I wanted... Okay, so when I saw the tree, I was like... Oh, I have the deck for this one. It's a black-white life drain deck where you run like that Cliffhaven Vampire. Like it's a bunch of allies, run the tree, and 4 Triskaidekaphobia. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, so you have life gain and you're draining theirs.
Yeah, and you're kind of like just fucking with their life totals a little bit. Like I almost wanted to put. Just to be a deck like that Chaplain's Blessing, where it's like for 1 white, target player gets +5.
Drop them to 8, give them 5.
So they get to 8, and they're like, I got this, and I'm a main phase 2. You gained 5 life. Fuck! Like, just so many. Well, plus with the Tree of Perdition or whatever, like, fucking. Boom. I already got it. So it's like, boop, 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 boop. Win. Love it. Like, plus, with that one, I can run Languish, and it's not going to kill the damn tree.
Yes.
So, there's that.
Because it's an 0-13.
Yeah, it's a 0-13, which, one, makes it an awesome blocker. Because it's a, what, for 4?
Let's look. Yeah, an 0-13 for 4 with Defender and tap it to exchange opponent's life total with Tree of Perdition's toughness.
Yeah, so, like... Basically, in your run Duress and Transgress the Mind, so the first 3 turns up until you get to that is you're casting hand destruction shit, maybe a creature or 2. Like, I don't think they're going to kill you that fast. And then you're going to drop that down, and then turn 5.
Unless you have Kalidas, because you're going to put Kalidas out there before him.
Not if I have Triskaidekaphobia in my
Not hand. If you already have that.
If I have Triskaidekaphobia in my hand, and I have the tree, and I have Kalidas, I'm going to drop the tree down. And then turn 5, I will drop Triskaidekaphobia down, and it'll just pass the turn.
And win.
And on their end phase, I use the tree's effect.
Yeah.
So then on my upkeep, turn 5, I win.
Yep.
Only way I can be faster is if you're running like Hedron Crawler, so I can get a turn ahead.
Yeah.
You know? And that'd be turn 4, but...
Yeah.
That's where I'd see that at. I don't see the Demonic Pact Harmless Offering really doing much. You know, like, and I could see them in Grixis. Where they're already running Demonic Pact. I could see them, like, just shoehorning in 1-2 Harmless Offerings, because they already have ways to get rid of it, I think. I don't know what it is, but... They gotta have some, like, unless they're like running like Mardu, where it's the black, white, red.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of them are using like Angelic Purge to get rid of it, so you can sacrifice it and you can exile something of theirs. You know, like those are things you can do. I think if you win that way, it's gonna feel good. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna feel so nice. But I don't see it really being.
Is Harmless Offering an instant?
I think it's sorcery.
Sorcery.
I'm like 88% sure it's a sorcery.
I'm gonna go look, because if it's an instant, it would be
fucking stupid.
It is a sorcery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I am not worried about that, like, at all. Kind of thing, like,
because it's also easily countered.
Yeah, like, plus, like, what other targets are going to be for? What do you want to give your opponent? Like, do you really have anything you want them to have?
No. I guess maybe if you happen to, like, going back to the Triskaidekaphobia tree, if you have the tree out there and Triskaidekaphobia, say it's turn 4, right? You got the tree out there, or it goes your turn 5. You have the tree out there, and you have Triskaidekaphobia out there now. You could give them the Triskaidekaphobia and end it on their turn.
That is something you do.
But it's also a really roundabout way of doing the same thing.
If your whole deck is surrounded around Triskaidekaphobia and the tree, if you do red-black, that gives you access to Tormenting Voice and
card draw, yeah,
and Magmatic Insight or whatever it is, where you just get the land.
Yes.
So you can dig for your pieces faster,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it gives you burn spells, so you can also beat them by burn.
I feel like you could do that with in a Mardu deck.
Yeah. But I would almost not want to go 3 colors. Like, you could, like, the mana base isn't that hard, but mana base for...
2 is a lot easier than 3. Yeah.
I mean, plus, if you do, like, red-black, it's basically going to be, like, a burn deck.
Yeah.
Burn deck, a little bit of, like, I'd probably, like, shoehorn a few Kalitas in there just because, you know, badass.
It's Kalitas, yeah.
It's Kalitas. Fit them in there.
Maybe a Kolaghan.
Yeah, maybe, you know, just to kind of, like, round it out. You got your Fiery Tempers, you got that new fucking...
Get a couple, because you're going to want to have some creatures other than the tree.
Yeah. I mean, the tree can do a lot, but he can't
block the flyer.
Yeah. I mean, you can kill the flyer, but you want to waste your burn on the flyer, or you want to burn in the face?
Yep.
So you can do that, but like with the black-white, you get access to like Shambling Vents. You get access to Declaration Stone, Stasis Snare.
All the white, because the white is super powerful right now.
Ridiculous. Like if you wanted to, you can play Avacyn, it's not going to do you any good.
It's not going to hurt you.
It could. You don't know how.
Yeah.
Because you're not really running any creatures. So like, the only way it could like really help you is if they go to like
murder your tree.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll hammer the details out later. We got a bunch of stuff to go on to still,
we do.
And you're getting sleepy. All right, Crypt Breaker.
What was your first clue?
The eye bags. I have I have to get up and go work in the morning too. Granted, it's not till 9, but I am also sleepy.
Moving on to the Crypt Breaker.
Crypt Breaker. It is probably my new favorite zombie, and I almost kind of want to make the zombie deck because I saw him. It is a single black for a 1/1 zombie who has the ability of 1 and a black, tap, discard a card, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. Note how it says not tapped?
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
And then it has a third ability, or second ability, not third, my god. Whereas tap 3 untapped zombies you control, you draw a card, and then you lose a life. So, like, the best case scenario is you've been just... man, there's never a bad time to play him.
No,
like,
there's really not.
There's not. Like, you're never going to block with him, or really maybe you're going to attack with him. Like, unless, like, you get him out turn 1, they do nothing.
On their turn 1, and it's your turn 2. And
yeah,
like
unless you have a bunch of like prize amalgams in your hand and you want to like just pitch them to the grave, you know, like to get a 2/2, you might swing in with them.
Yeah.
For just to start picking them off, and then you can drop down on it's dead or whatever, you know, just like building your own little thing, and then you can start using that to like feed your graveyard a little more.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
I like him. I feel like he's. I don't know. I haven't looked at the set a whole lot yet. Been too busy.
Yeah.
But looking at him now, I do like him. Just.
Well, like the earliest, like the best turn 1 option you had for zombies was Duress.
Before?
Yeah, like there's no early play for zombies. Like your first couple
gives you a 1-drop.
Yeah. So like your early game for zombies before this in Standard was like Duress, then Transgress the Mind, another Duress, or Relentless Dead, and then you can go into like the 3 drops like that Diregraph Colossus and shit, and Fleshbag Marauder and shit like that. Now this gives you another 1-drop slot, which helps out a lot. You know, and you could kind of curve down that one blue zombie people were running, where on your upkeep you can pitch your hand and then draw that many cards.
Yeah.
Like, I would almost like move them down to fit him in, and I almost take them all the way out.
Yeah. I probably would.
Like a playset of him, playset of Relentless Dead, playset of that Graph Colossus, maybe 1 or 2 of Baby Liliana, 1 or 2 of the new Liliana.
I would probably say 2 or 3 of the new Liliana.
I'm torn on her, like,
because of all the graveyard.
I get it, and her ultimate would be awesome too.
Yeah,
but like, if you get Baby Liliana and she flips, then you have to choose between which one of them lives.
Yeah,
because they're the same person. Like, you can have Baby Liliana and new Liliana out, but once Baby Liliana flips, then you're like, oh no, I gotta pick one. And if you have the new one up pretty high,
you're not gonna want to get rid of her.
Yeah, you want to use her ultimate, but Baby Liliana has some badass effects. So like, I almost like it's hard to choose between the two. I want to run both, but I don't want to do a playset of both.
Yeah.
So like 2 and 2, I can kind of pick my spot. So if they happen to kill Baby Liliana, I can drop the other one down right away. You know, it's not bad.
Like, I wouldn't see a problem running 2 and 3. 2 and 2, I can see why you're going with that, but 2 and 3, really, I don't see.
Well, I wanna keep room for like the removal and shit too. Like, you're gonna need a lot of lands.
Yeah.
You know, it's very mana heavy.
Grindy.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof, man. I can't even words again. No, I like Crypt Breaker. I think he's an awesome addition to the.
You wanted to talk about a lot of black cards.
Weird, right? Like, okay, so real quick, like just to cover this, I love blue. I love control. Like, it goes blue and then white and then green. Like, I am bant through and through, and like red and black. I'm like, ugh, those colors. And since like I've seen like Eldric Moon come out and like the spoilers and shit for it, I'm just like, I think I'm gonna become a black mage. Like, all the decks I want to build are black and dark and depressing, and I'm just like, this is wonderful. Like, I tried to make something nice and happy in spirit, so I'm like, this is fun. I wonder how I can put some black into it, you know? Like, it's because like I don't know, I think with black, like, I still get my control aspect, my hand destruction and shit like that, but then I still get like my swarm aspect from like my other decks.
Well, like your zombies flooding the field, or
yeah, you know, like, because like I have a human deck, you know, I have like werewolves, I have all these aggressive decks. Like, you can make zombies aggressive.
Oh yeah.
But they have so much better removal options.
Oh yeah.
Like, just so good. Like, because you can run to the slaughter, you can run relentless punishment. You know, like, that shit's ridiculous.
Remorseless punishment.
Remorseless. What did I say? Relentless.
Relentless.
Yeah. Whatever. Like, man, I think Innistrad has brought me to the dark side a little bit.
I've always been on the dark side.
Yeah, but you've always been more of a green-red guy with a splash of black, you know, like.
Yeah, but Shadows over Innistrad brought me into red-black, and
yeah. They gave you vampires.
I would almost say green-black are probably my preferred colors.
You did really good with those.
Yeah.
No, I like black, man. It's growing on me.
It's it's infecting you.
Yeah. It's maddening almost. Like, it's making me a little delirious sometimes, you know?
All right. What was the next card we were going to talk about?
Tamiyo. Field Researcher. Wow. Like, I saw her, and her mana base, her mana cost was like, had me a little worried. I mean, she only costs...
It's 4, but it's also...
But it's like...
1, a green, a white, and a blue.
Yeah, it's 3 specific mana.
Yes.
Alright. Whereas, like, Arlen Cord's, like, red and a green, whatever. Alright.
It's normally pretty easy to come up with 2 colors on turn 4. 3 colors on turn 4 can be hard.
See, like Nicol Bolas is a 3-colored planeswalker, but he costs 7 or 8 to get out. By that point in the game, you should have
those 3 colors.
Yeah, you should have it set out.
Yeah.
For that new Shark Unbound or whatever that came out.
Oh, Starcon Unbroken?
Yeah, where he had the teamer colors,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he costs like 5 or 6. By that point, you should be
have
set up.
3 colors, yeah.
Alright? Cameo costs 4, and unless you just have like the perfect
opening hand
land drops, like I don't see her consistently being cast on turn 4.
I see it happening rarely, in fact.
Like I can see it happening, but like turn 1 needs to be like Looming Spires or whatever, like the green blue one, and then you need like I want them to tap, and like turn 2 you could do that when Shadows green white one. Where you reveal planes
reveal
or whatever.
Or yeah.
Alright, and then your turn 2 turn could be drop a Sylvan Advocate. Turn 3, I don't know, just drop a basic Forest. And play something. I don't know what you'd play turn 3 there. You could probably play Anissa if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost, I don't know where to put her. Like, I see her, like, you can play Anissa, and then just pump yourself an Advocate, swing in for 3,
Mm-hmm.
Turn 4, you drop a plane, so now you have your 3 manas you need, or your 3 specific mana, and you drop that down. Because our first ability was, we haven't got to the abilities yet, which are fucking stupid.
Choose up to 2 target creatures, and until your next turn, when either of those creatures deals combat damage, draw a card.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If they have one blocker out, and you have a Sylvan Advocate that's been pumped up by Nissa, who's gonna do her shit. You got a 3/4. You can target your Advocate, and then you can also target like your
Their
opponents.
blocker.
Yeah. So if you swing in, if they don't block, you're guaranteed to draw 1 card. If they do block, you're drawing 2 cards.
Yeah.
All right. And your Advocate's probably not gonna die unless there's really nothing there to have by turn 4 I can think of that might be big enough to kill it. With a 3/4.
The only thing I could think of off the top of my head is Blood Mad Vampires.
That 4/1?
Yeah.
No one plays that. I'm talking standard here, not limited.
Okay, yeah, I get it, but... And no, he's probably not in standard. I haven't really looked at the new decks.
No. I was saying, like, standard-wise, like their 4 drop might be, I don't know, Kalidas?
That's a 3/4.
Yeah, he's a 3/4, so...
Unless you can pump him, he's useless at that point. If your Sylvan Advocate's already pumped.
Yeah, but even if they choose, like double or triple block your guy, assuming they have that many guys out by turn 4, you're going to draw cards off of it. So you're replacing whatever it is you're losing, you're going to replace it already, and you're going to tick her up to 5. Her -2, tap up to 2 non-land permanents. Like, it's permanents, not creatures. So if you're playing against a Goggles deck, they never get to use Goggles again.
Well, until you run out of loyalty counters.
Yeah. But, you're also running green and white, so you have options to remove things.
Yes.
And blue. But they don't untap during
the counter thing.
Yeah, but they don't untap during their controller's next untap step. So if they have like a fucking Dramoka and for some odd reason a fucking Atarka out there, and they're just wreaking havoc, just locking them down because like even if you put her out there for 2 turns of their turns, like you can kill her. And they're tapped down, which is essentially removal, and then you can swing in with your shit, which isn't bad.
No.
And especially if like they're swinging in with shit, and you're kind of like making your stabilizing your board presence right, and then you left like 1 or 2 blockers up, you could get in for that damage. It might be the lethal thing. You don't know. Like, I like that ability. Her -7. Is draw 3
ultimate
cards.
is just dumb.
Draw 3 cards. You get an emblem. You may cast non-land cards from your hand without paying their mana cost. Everything is now free. That is stupid.
It's just dumb all the way around.
Oh man. So like, okay, you get her out turn 4. Best case. Turn 4, you pump her up to 5. Turn 5, you pump her up to 6. Turn 6, you pump her up to 7. You fill your hand back up, and now you can play anything. All right, that means you can just cast Ulamog.
Yep.
All right, you can just cast Emrakul.
Yeah, anything.
You can do anything you want. Like, that is ridiculous.
That emblem ever gets used in Standard, I feel like that game has just been won.
Yeah. It's just stupid. And, like, the likelihood is you're probably playing more than just one copy of Tamiyo.
Yeah.
So you're going to be drawing more cards. And then you're probably running also Jason there, too, with the blue. Like, I can see her being awesome in a Super Friends deck. Just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck. You could put her anywhere.
A Bant Super Friends deck.
Like, the problem I have with her, and this is nitpicky, is the mana base.
Yeah.
Right? I'm nitpicky about it. I don't like 3-color planeswalkers. I'm that weird guy who just doesn't do it. You know,
I'm not a big fan of 3-colored planeswalkers either.
I don't dig it. You know, like I almost like feel like they're being pulled in too many directions, kind of thing. Like, which I guess gives them depth. Like, she's really fucking smart and really powerful. Mm-hmm. So I get having 3 colors. Nicol Bolas, I get having 3 colors. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Personal preference. I think she's awesome. I think she's a badass card. I don't know where exactly I would put her unless I built a deck kind of around her and the other planeswalkers.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that card here in just a bit. What are your thoughts real quick on her?
Her ultimate is just dumb.
Yeah.
If I ever have it used against me, I'm gonna be.
You're just gonna like.
I'm gonna be happy and sad because
like,
I'm gonna be happy. That's awesome. Sad because now I lose.
Like, they ultimate her and you're like, and scoop.
Yeah, basically.
Good games. You have a 9/9 Eldrazi. I'm like, you can cast anything. It doesn't matter anymore. That's stupid, man. Like, where would you put her at?
Where would I put? What do you mean?
Okay. You have unlimited resources. You're building a deck. She has to be in it. Where are you putting her?
It's a good question.
It can be just rough draft, standard legal deck. You're going to go throw her in some Bank Company decks where you have a lot of creature interaction, where her +1 actually benefits a lot and can tap things down. You're going to make a badass Super Friends deck. You're going to build a fucking Gatewatch deck. You're going to do Bant Humans deck.
Probably something around a Bant Company deck. Because Collected Company is such an awesome card, and then just with her +1 gives you that much card draw because you're always attacking.
Yeah.
With Bant Company.
And even if you're not, like, you can target both of their creatures, like their biggest ones. I'm like, fine, swinging. I'll get card advantage.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives them reason not to attack because even if you don't have Collected Company, like, them swinging in could give you that company you need.
Exactly.
And then you cast it on their turn, like, oh, well, thank you. And then I drop 2 Reflector Mages, and they both go away.
Bounced.
Yeah. Like,
and you can't cast them for another turn and a half.
Yeah, like, man, like, she's so powerful. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, what do you want from me? And maybe
I feel like that'd be her best home, too.
Maybe I'm just being like nitpicky and I'm just like I'm like lost in like the fog or something. I just can't see it. I like her. I just don't know how I'm gonna play her. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, it makes sense. You don't know where you would put her.
Yeah, like there's so many options that there's none.
Yeah.
You know, like Liliana. There's so many options that are awesome. Alright. Crypt Breaker, he has his spot. You know where he's going. He knows his role. That's what he's going to do.
He's going to do that.
Yeah. Tamiyo, I love you, girl. And I'll figure something out for you, bitch. I will. But we got to move on to the next guy. Who I actually think is fucking amazing.
What color is he?
Grim Flare? He is 1 black and 1 green. So he's got
Grim Flayer.
Grim Flayer. He was a 2/2 trampling human warrior. He's a fucking warrior. His artwork has him just like crushing a fucking. I think that's a bird. Or is that a hand? I think that's a hand. Yeah, it's got fingers on it. He's chopped off someone's hand. I didn't notice that. That's badass. God, I love him even more now. But yeah, he's a 2/2 trampler. When he deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Go back. Thank you, phone. Oh, you stupid phone. Okay. Whatever. Being a dick. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest back on the top in any order. So every time he deals combat damage to a player, which with Trample is gonna happen, like more often than not, there's actually pretty low toughness in this set.
Yeah.
So limited play, he's gonna be pretty badass. You can pitch unwanted lands. Like you could pitch anything that you don't really need. Just pitch to the graveyard, add to the delirium count, or you can set up your fucking draw, which is fucking amazing. And then he has delirium where he gets +2/+2. So essentially, you have a 4/4 trampler, with Ponder. Is that the card I'm thinking of? There's a card that you look at the top 3 and then you put them back in any order.
I think that's Ponder. I'm not really sure.
I think I might be wrong on that one. It's late, we're tired, so please forgive us. So basically, he has that effect of if he deals damage, which he's gonna deal damage, and you're running black and green, so you can technically run pump spells if you wanted to, like Mind of the Masses or whatever, and you got the removal to kill shit. And it's fucking ridiculous. Like, what do you? I'm at a loss for words for him. I'm like so happy about him. What do you think about our new flaying friend?
I think he's really cool. I've been ever since Shadows of Innistrad, I've been digging the delirium mechanic.
Yeah.
And I feel like he adds a huge component to it.
Oh yeah, like limited play.
He'll be
fucking
amazing.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where would you put him standard wise? Like, would you build a deck around this? Like, put him in there with like a Deskwatch Recruiter, and
I could see maybe building a standard Delirium Eldrazi deck with Emrakul even in it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Like
because
a green black ramp.
If you have Delirium, Emrakul automatically costs 4 less or costs 4 less.
Yeah,
so
minimum
it's
he
like,
costs 4 less. So
why not go with it?
Minimum he's gonna cost 9. You'll probably get less than that. You're running green, which means you can ramp. You're gonna run Duskwatch, which means you can pull out Emrakul.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it gives you a reason to run Mind Wreck even 4/5 flyer.
Oh,
for 4.
Gosh, I didn't even think about him. Oh man, why
Right?
wouldn't you?
So say like turn 4, if you haven't got Delirium yet, you cast Mind Wreck Demon. You're getting Delirium. You now have 4/5 flyer and a 4/4 trampler that sets up your draws, and you probably already have Duskwatch out there because you're running 4 sets of them. And if he's flipped, you're doing this shit a turn early. So I love him.
When you said Mind Rag Demon, I was like, oh god, I want to build this deck now.
I think the best part is, with the exception of maybe Emrakul at this point, and you can also run Ulamog in there if you wanted to,
If you wanted to, yeah.
If you feel like it. Like, I think it'll be a relatively budget deck with the exception of those guys in there. And even if you don't want to play those guys, you can run any other big creature,
Yeah, just a big old bomb, yeah.
Like, if you need to, black and green have some pretty beefy dudes.
I don't see why you wouldn't run a Kalidas even. I don't see why you wouldn't run a...
Yeah, you're not looking for, like creature type synergy here. You're just looking for, a green black beatdown deck, essentially.
A beatdown Delirium deck, yeah, basically.
Yeah. That's pretty OP. And if you really wanted to, you can still force a Nissa in there. I don't know, why she'd want to work with the Eldrazi. Maybe she just got fucked up in her head. You could run Obnixilis.
You could run
You could put a Liliana in there.
Liliana, yeah.
Liliana's with a Delirium,
yeah.
man. Like you're milling stuff in your grave. You mill an Oolong.
Pull stuff out.
Right? God. Like you can attack with him, set it up, use Liliana's effect. Like, well, fuck, that's stupid. You just put it in there from the Grimflare.
Yeah, you don't even have to put it back on top of your library.
Okay, so if you don't have Delirium set up, say, like turn 2, you drop Grimflare out there. I don't know what you did turn 1. You probably did something. Vessel of Nascency, maybe. I don't know. And then you drop Liliana,
likely.
and they played a creature. You use Liliana's first effect to shrink it.
Maybe you even put that Crypt Keeper out there turn 1.
Maybe. You know?
I don't see why you couldn't put him in there.
We were finding spots for everybody to do that. Like, I'm like so excited I can't use words on it. So like Grimflare, and then like you have fucking like Liliana, like new one, and you like shrink whatever is on the other side. If it doesn't die, it's probably pretty low. You can swing in with Grimflare, and then you probably already have Delirium.
Yep.
By turn 3. So everything after that is just fucking
gravy.
Yeah.
It's either stuff to pull out with Liliana, or it's stuff you just wanted to get rid of.
Yeah, like, I don't fucking need that shit. I'll get it back later, you know?
Yeah.
The best thing is, like, and I don't know what graveyard hate people are really running, other than, like, maybe Kalitas.
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Like, I can't think
as
of
far as
anything
graveyard
else.
hate, except for maybe Declaration in Stone, but that's
not graveyard hate. That's
just
straight removal. I'm talking about, like,
yeah.
things that are in the graveyard, people are like, well, take that out of there. Like, I know there's, like, one black card that, like, you search through your hand, graveyard, and library, and you exile all of them. Like, creature, I don't remember what it is. It's a sorcery.
Pick the brain.
Something that's if you have Delirium, but there's actually a source that does that without having the Delirium.
Okay.
I don't remember. Like, someone played it against me at game day.
Okay.
And they took away all my Manic Scribes.
Oh, bummer.
And I wasn't doing that great anyway. I mean, whatever. But like you could like if you don't want to draw into Ulamog and like Ulamog or Emrakul, you can pitch them to the graveyard.
Put them in the
and then,
graveyard.
like, you just keep
when you have
up.
enough mana, you can pull it out.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you have Liliana, you run like 3 or 4 copies of her in this thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can just keep pumping her up, right? And you can use ultimate. And you have so many options here. Like at any point you think you have the mana, you can cast them. Use your -2, pull them back out, and then you fucking cast them.
Yep.
Like your graveyard is a safe for you in this game.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Oh my god. We're gonna pull money together. We're gonna build this fucking deck. So Grimflare a win?
Grimflare's win.
He's a win.
He's by far a win.
All right, we gotta move on. We got 2 left, and then I think we're gonna call it at that one, and we'll do mechanics another time.
Yeah.
It's late, and
yeah.
I'm tired. You're tired.
I have to work at 6.
Yeah. So
it's 20 after 11.
The last one I wanted to talk about that I just found fucking hilarious is a Permeating Mass.
What color is this?
Green. He is exactly 1 green to cast. He is a 1/3 with the effect of whenever Permeating Mass deals combat damage to a creature, that creature becomes a copy of Permeating Mass. Yeah.
I guess I don't see...
Do you not see the fun in this?
I see it being fun. I just don't see it being...
By no means
awesome. It'd be really fun and limited. Like, it's totally going to be an awesome card in limited.
Okay, no, here's what I'm thinking about. So, like, there are cards that can make your opponent's creatures, like, attack, right?
Yeah.
They have to attack you. And what you can do is, like, say you're going to get a token deck. You just keep blocking all your tokens with these fucking masses, so they keep attacking in with other masses, and then, like, all your creatures now become masses, and then it's just a mass versus mass. Like, the entire board is nothing but 1/3s. And every time another creature is in the battlefield, you just swing in, and they can either block and get another Permeating Mass, or if they swing in with that thing, we're like, okay, It's now permeating mass, and it just keeps growing. And I love it so much.
So eventually it's going to be who can put tokens on them faster. 1/1 counters, I guess.
They're going to end up killing it. Like, I know they're going to end up
or
killing
whoever throws out a language.
Basically, yeah. That's why you keep one in your hand at all time. Right, so you're going like green-white deck.
Yeah.
All right, like really old school weird green-white deck. Where it's just stupid. Where they just want you to attack stuff and... wait, is it combat damage or just damage in general?
Combat.
Oh. Well, because there's cards that say, like, target creature fights target creature you can
Prey upon.
Yeah, like Prey upon. Would Rabid Bite count? Or is it... that's not combat damage, it's just damage.
That's just damage, yeah.
And would Prey upon count?
Yeah, because they fight.
Yeah.
That's combat. Fighting is combat.
Prey upon. Yeah. So, like... Oh, you drop an Ulamog? That's so nice. Prey upon.
No, it's a 1/3.
Your Ulamog is a permeating moss. Do you not see the fun in me?
Your 10/10 is now a 1/3.
That can make more 1/3s. Oh, man. Okay. By no means is this ever going to be standard playable. Like,
no.
I don't see it. I kind of want to make a deck and see if I can make it work somehow. I don't know if it will win. Probably not. But I loved it. Like, I really wanted to talk about it because I found it so fucking amusing.
It is funny. I didn't look at it, but no, it's funny as hell.
What are your thoughts on the permeating mass?
It will be funny to watch it go down in limited.
Like
when we go down to draft, someone gets this and just watch it go.
I think every time I see this, I'm going to draft it.
And grab it.
Yeah, like I'm just going to have I want a whole deck of nothing but permeating masses.
Oh boy.
So like every turn I'm dropping this, and it's just like, attack me, bro. Come at me. I love it. Alright. I think permeating mass is a hysterical win. By no means is it ever going to be playable in any format.
Oh no. Well, limited it'll be playable, but
limited it'll be funny to play because it's a 1/3 for a 1-dropper, which is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know, got a decent blocker, but oh god, it's so stupid.
Everything becomes permeating mass.
There's so much moss everywhere. All right, Chauve has the last one we're gonna do tonight because I didn't even think about it, and he's really excited about it. So we're gonna go over this one because it's a freaking bomb card.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It'll have its place somewhere. It'll definitely go into something.
Take it away there, Schaufster.
Deploy the Gatewatch.
We're deploying it.
It's 4 and 2 white, and you look at the top 7 cards of your library. You put you can put 2 Planeswalker cards from among them onto the battlefield. So it's not like they go to your hand; they go to the battlefield.
This is the collected company of Planeswalkers.
Yes.
All right, because like collected company hits converted mana costs 3 or less on creatures. This just hits Planeswalkers. So like, if you're doing casual,
Sorin and
even if you're playing casual,
if you're just playing casual, you can hit a
Bolas
and a
Karn
and
a Ugin
and blow them up.
You can drop anything. Like, this is so stupid. Like, it's so amazing though.
Yeah.
Like, okay. That's your card. What are you gonna do with it?
What am I gonna do with it?
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna build a Super Friends deck.
Super Friends. What friends are you gonna use? Are you gonna build flavor-wise Gatewatch?
No.
Or are you just gonna build like the badass of Planeswalkers?
Everything Planeswalker.
So you're gonna have Nissa. You're gonna have Gideon. Running a Jace? One Jace?
Just because, probably.
Sorin?
He'd be at least a 3 of.
Nahiri?
1, maybe 2.
Arlen Cord?
1.
Maybe.
I don't see her. She doesn't fit as a super friend, really.
No.
She is a planeswalker. That's it.
Narset.
Definitely.
Cameo. See? We're back to that again. Like, his response when I say Tameo is like, I'd like to, but... it's like when you run into like that friend you don't see in a long time.
I guess Tameo would have its place in this if you're running a green-white base, because you're going to have 4 Oath of Nissas, obviously.
Yeah.
So
and you can splash in...
Then all you'd need is the Oath of Nissa and 4 mana, and you can play her.
Yeah, or even if you could run in those looming... Oh my god, why can I not think of that fucking land? The green-blue creature land.
Lumbering Falls?
Thank you. I've been like messing the name up all night, and you haven't said shit about it.
Because I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
I was thinking like looming spires. I'm like, that's not fucking right. You could like fit some of those in there, or even those Yaman's Coast or whatever, like the Pain Lands.
The Pain Land, yeah.
Or yeah, Pain Lands, not Shock Lands. I don't know what fucking I was thinking. I can't words. You know, like you could put some of those in there if you wanted to.
Yep. It'd be super fun, and I think it'd be super fun. I love this card.
Trying to think what other planeswalkers are really Kiora.
Oh yeah, I'd have a couple, probably 2.
For the extra mana base thing going on there, because you already run the blue and the green.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting?
You said Ob, didn't you?
I didn't say Obnixilis. So you gonna play Obnixilis?
I would play Obnixilis.
Obnixilis. So okay, are you running any creatures in this deck? Are you just,
no.
It's just enchantments and no creatures.
No creatures.
You running any ramp? Just because like what I can see you doing is run ramp to pull out lands out of your deck, so then you hit more planeswalkers.
Yeah.
So if all you have to hit is like planeswalkers and like fucking enchantments, with this like you get the 6 mana pretty easily.
Yep.
And then what I like is it doesn't go to the graveyard.
No, it goes to the bottom of your library.
Yeah.
So
like, it goes to the graveyard? I thought it went to the graveyard, but like the ones that you revealed don't go to the graveyard.
You look at the top 7 of your cards of your library.
Yeah.
You put 2. You don't even reveal them, and then you put 2 planeswalker cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library.
That's awesome. So then you can keep recycling.
Just it's a 7-card cycle if nothing else.
Chandra.
Yeah.
Why'd you sigh at that? Like, why do I want to play this powerful card?
I didn't sigh.
You did too. You're like, why do I need to play this powerful card with all these answers? Oh my god.
What? Because one of her abilities would be null. Like, you wouldn't discard your hand and draw 7 new cards. Unless...
yeah. You don't want to get rid of your planeswalkers. That's all you're going to have.
Exactly.
Unless you just have a handful of lands,
But her +1 would be a win condition of itself.
And her
minus
her
is also a board wipe,
you know,
for answers to their creatures.
I feel like I'm forgetting one of them. That Sharkin Ball, whatever. The Unbound.
Sarkon Unbroken.
Unbroken. He's still technically legal.
I maybe throw 1 in.
Just like one of every planeswalker.
1 of everything legal. And 3 of most of the good ones.
Yeah.
Like the Gideons and the Sorens and the...
What's your early play going to be like then? Like, cause
early play, like, your only 1-drop is probably going to be Oath of Nissa.
And that sets up your draws after that, with picking a land or a planeswalker or another. Turn 2, maybe another Oath if you're lucky enough to get one, or just drop a land.
Yeah. Turn 2 is going to be your... either nothing, hopefully your nothing turn, or it's have another Oath.
See, like, the bad part about this deck is it sounds like it'd be really fun, but if you're going against like a really aggressive deck,
it's gonna lose.
Maybe. Like,
anything that can have you dead by turn 5 is probably going to be you.
Well, that's why I was like, if you're running green-white and a little bit of blue, like, you could run, like, Stasis Snare. and Declaration of Stone, and you can do Dromoka's command and stuff like that, which would help against a lot of like burn decks because they have like the negate the damage dealt by a sorcery and instant.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I guess it would be a Bant deck with all colors of planeswalkers, and then I would probably have a couple of creatures, but they'd be the Dragon Lords until they're gone anyway, which is next.
So
set.
you're basically having like just an insanely high curve.
Everything's gonna be expensive.
So then you're gonna need to run some. You're gonna run some ramp. Like your early game is just ramp.
Yeah.
No Sylvan Advocate.
You know what? Probably you'd want. I don't know. I really don't know about her. She's good, and I don't see a reason to not run her. But if everything's super high mana, you're cutting back on ramp for her.
Yeah, you would need. Can't words again. You would need those slots. Is what I was trying to say.
For ramp.
For ramp. Yeah.
Because if by turn 4 you can have 6 mana, you could drop Dromoka.
You could. Yeah. I don't know. Man, I don't know how this would work out. Like, I'm skeptical. If you build it, even if it's like online or whatever, I want to see it play out. Then you'll have me sold. Right now, I think there's what's the thing? It's too much birthday.
Yeah.
You know, like there's too much good stuff that I think it's just gonna mesh in a weird way. Like
I can see what you're saying, and I don't feel like there's enough ramp for it.
It's like I love ice cream and I love shrimp.
They don't go well together.
Well, I don't want shrimp ice cream. Do you see what? Yeah. Now that you have that image and possibly even taste in your mouth, do you think this is gonna be a standard playable card? Like,
playable?
Standard playable. Do you think it's gonna see? Like, there are Super Friend decks running around, but do you think it could make anything at least tier 2? Like, it's not going to be up. I don't see it.
I could see it in tier 2. I really could see it in tier 2.
I don't see
it in tier 1.
Yeah, I don't see it hitting like
the Pro Tour.
No. Well, it could. It could surprise you, you know, but I don't see it being up there with Green White Tokens. I don't see it being there with the Bant Company. I don't see it being up there with the Green White Humans or Blue White Humans. There's a lot of human
Blue White Humans? Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that.
I haven't seen anything from Blue White Humans in about a month or so. But that's because everyone is now just playing Green White Humans.
Yeah, Green White Token.
Like, it's Green White Tokens or nothing. Like, basically that's what it is. And that's why I'm really excited for this new set coming out. Because, like, I remember when Shadows first came out, like, the top 8 of their Pro Tour was 8 very different decks.
Yeah, everything was a different deck.
Now at every Grand Prix or tournament, it's basically just Green White Tokens.
8 Green White Token decks.
And
a random Bant Company deck.
Yeah, there's some Bant Company decks in there. There's like one Naya Company deck in there.
Wow.
You know, like there's that Sultai control, there's Blue White control, there's Black White control, like, but they're so few and far between because everyone's like, no, I want to win, so I must play tokens. And like, I want cards that can make it competitive. Yeah. That's why
I honestly think Blue-Black Zombies would be a great rival for tokens because they both have that explosion.
Now they do. Like, now
with the new set, they will. Yeah.
Zombies now have that curve.
Yeah.
All right, like tokens, they had that curve.
Now, turn 4, you can have 70 zombies.
Yeah. You can just go. And I love it. I'm excited. Chauve's excited. Chauve can even tell you they're excited.
Oh, I'm excited.
See, he's excited. I don't have to speak for him. He can say words. I don't know why I chose to speak for you right there. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You can see it in my face even though we're both exhausted.
You can see it in my voice. You can hear it in my expression. I think we're gonna call it a show. I appreciate you coming up and chilling for a bit. And
it was fun.
And rambling about awesome new cards and how we're gonna break the format.
And we're gonna make decks and we're gonna win with them. It's gonna happen.
This time we're actually gonna put money and build these motherfuckers. Unlike
Right.
Shadows, like we're gonna do this, and then Chauve did it, and I was like, it's expensive.
And I built my deck. That asshole didn't follow up. Although he built his deck, is just not exactly the way he wanted it.
No, and then I got busy, and I get distracted easily by shit. Like if you go on like my X Mage deck thing, like I have like 40 different decks now. Like they're all different decks. Like there's no like the green white tokens 1, green white tokens 2. Like there's 2 different werewolf decks, but that's because I gave different variants for Mikey to look at. Like one had Collected Company in it, which was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Because I didn't run anything over 3 mana.
Yeah.
Collected Company is my 4 drop, and I had Atarka's Command.
You didn't run the 3 in a red werewolf that if it's on the battlefield flipped, all your other werewolves come in flipped.
That's 2 in a red.
Oh, I thought it was 3 in a red.
No, he's 2 in a red. The bandit.
Is that what he is? That's the bandit?
3/2 haste. If he's flipped, all your other werewolves can come in flipped. You know, you can choose to. So.
Yeah.
But if they do, they don't get their front side effects or whatever.
Yeah, but
I mean,
sometimes their front side effects are nothing.
But like with like Village Messenger and the bandit, haste is a relevant thing.
Yes.
But that's whatever's. That's for another show. We are done. We're gonna go
to bed.
He's gonna go home, go to bed. I'm just gonna take a shower, go to bed. We got work tomorrow, and we will talk to you guys later.